Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to flip and switch the roles and genders. And place yourself where you fit in the story, okay? All right, so let's get an overall. This is going to be an end of the year recap. So let's see for the fire signs what they need to know. So we got courage. Okay, fire sign. So this 2025, this year could have been a lot about courage, like facing things head on, changes. You know, this could have been a loss of a job, a loss of a friendship, a loss of a relationship, loss of money, loss of things. Like you guys could have dealt with, you know, loss of family members if they passed away. You guys could have dealt with, this year could have been a year of like loss for you guys. Like you guys kind of had to find the courage to navigate. Hey, Candy Girl, you guys had to find the courage to navigate loss here. Okay, or you guys, this could have been a year of taking risk, not knowing what was on the other side of dropping out of school, start going back to school, losing a job, starting a new job, leaving one business, starting another business, leaving one relationship, going into another, or, you know, from single to partnered, or from partner to marriage, or from marriage to divorce. There's been a lot of, or, you know, some of you guys could have been new parents this year. This year, like, really, like, really required you guys to like really be courageous in a lot of areas that you, if you had a choice, you probably wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can still have that family member who didn't pass away, you would still have that. You would still be, you know, you wouldn't change that. If you were still able to hold on to your job because, you know, that was your source, that was your bread and butter, you would have held on to that. If you could have kept that friendship, that family dynamic, that boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, you would have kept that even if it was toxic, right? You know what I'm saying? So courage can come from a lot of different ways here. But what's courage for the fire signs end of the year? Some of you guys had to have the courage to have the spotlight put on you in some good ways, maybe in some not good ways, okay? But we got, yeah, Six of Swords. You guys dealt with a lot of transition this year, fire signs. You guys could have had to deal with different transitions. Some of you guys could have relocated. Whether these transitions were good or not, this year required a lot of courage. Okay, Mercury and Aquarius here with the Six of Swords. Yeah, King of Cups here, the High Priestess. I feel like this year really was a very emotional and very intuitive year for you guys. A lot of you guys had nothing else to rely on but intuition, but your faith, but your feelings, your gut feelings. You had to sacrifice, you had to surrender, you had to shift your perspective a lot of times over this year. You guys have gone through a lot. I'm getting courage. Yeah, again, but some of you, I feel like for the new year, you guys have new beginnings, a new home, a new car, new job, new business, new positions. Yeah, I see you guys. Again, you guys were leaving. You guys could be going back to school or deciding to take a different route. Again, I'm getting a lot of having the courage to change course, whether this is willingly or unwillingly. The Hermit here, Virgo. You or somebody can have Virgo in their chart. What else? What else for courage? Yeah, Knight of Swords here, having to face your fears, having to seize opportunities. Some of you guys have, yeah, it was a lot of fast and quick change for you guys this year. And I feel like going into 2026, there's not going to be much different. Hey, Alex, the only difference for you guys for 2026 is when these new opportunities come or when these changes come. Tower, yeah, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, you guys are going to be, you're going to feel more victorious. You're going to be in the winner seat. You're going to be in the driver's seat. You're going to be this person in the Five of Swords, but it's not going to be an empty victory for you. You're going to actually be a victor. You're going to actually be a winner because this year has basically built you up to what to expect for 2026. The Knight of Swords here, Gemini, Taurus energy, you guys can have in your chart. What's courage and Six of Swords? Yeah, a lot of uncertainty with the moon here. A lot of you guys have accomplished a lot, or you will be. Courage and Six of Swords. A cycle, major cycle has closed for you guys. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles here. I'm going to put that upright. I know it came out in reverse. Venus and Virgo. Some of y'all could be getting your own place for this year. For those of you that, and for some of you guys, if you had to depend on other people, like say you had to live with other people, or you had to ask people for money, or you had to work odd jobs, or you had to, I don't know, whatever it is, you're going to be coming into a more self-sufficient time. And for others of you, it may be vice versa. So if you whatever you resisted this year, whatever you didn't let go of, if you were guided to move past something and you decided to hold on for comfort, like I told Taurus in Taurus's reading, is going to spill over into whatever didn't get learned this year is going to roll over into the next. Somebody could be born April 22nd or April 4th. Some of you guys, now this did want to come out in a reverse. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse talks about codependency. And with the Six of Swords here, and with this Hangman and Three of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Swords, some of you guys may have a tough decision to make about a person, place, or thing. You guys could be trying to like mentally bypass something, or kind of avoid something, avoid a decision, or hang on to something or someone due to codependency, due to a fear of being alone or going at something alone. Or this could be someone else. What's courage and Ace of Pentacles? Yeah, the King of Wands. A natural born leader, Aries, Leo, Sag. Cancer energy as well. July Cancer, July Leo. Yeah, some of you guys could be getting a job where you're going to be in a form of leadership. This could be like you could be a supervisor, a manager, a team leader. Some of you guys could be getting into like working out, starting a new gym regimen, things like that. What's courage and Knight of Swords? I just see a lot of action being taken, or that you've taken in this year. And yeah, it's going to roll over into next year. I feel like 2025 was more about refining your skills, refining what you needed to survive. But I feel like for next year, you're going to be thriving. So you're going to be going from surviving to thriving. Knight of Swords. Courage and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, the Hierophant. You got, yeah, heavy Taurus here. Somebody could be May Taurus, May Gemini. You can have Taurus placements. I literally just made a video speaking on the fact that New Year's don't bring in new people. People never made the changes they needed to make to maintain the new changes they're setting for next year, for the new year. Yeah, year of the snake, gotta shed and close cycles. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are also fast learners as well. Somebody could be born April 28th. Some of y'all could be on a, I'm getting a heavy, some of y'all could be, for my Aries, y'all could be Aries, Taurus cuspers, or you can have, or y'all could be fire signs with Taurus in your chart. But what's the Six of Swords? Yeah, fire. Y'all have to do it a lot. Y'all dealt with some type of emotional loss. You guys grieved a lot this year, fire signs. And it may not have been obvious. A lot of you guys have gone through a lot of silent battles, okay? You could have felt shame, guilt, maybe embarrassment. You guys could have felt really vulnerable. You could have felt put on the spot this year. And maybe in ways that, you know, because everybody just looks at fire signs as brave and the life of the party, and they're, you know, fire signs, you know, y'all know how to make things lit and this, that, and the third. But people don't really, you know, I feel like people underestimate just how emotional and, you know, just how human you guys can be. you know, behind that life of the party energy and persona, you guys are also human. So I feel like a lot of you guys have dealt with some things that you could have kept to yourself, whether it was just fear, it was grief, it was shame, it was loss, sadness, depression. Some of you guys could have even lost people close to you guys or connections. What's the you guys had to face a lot of fears. 5 of Cups. Yeah, the Knight of Wands here and the 2 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, some of you guys, this could have been connections. And they don't have to be romantic or sexual connections. They could be friendships, family, business. The Knight of Wands in reverse, Sagittarius, Scorpio energy. Somebody could be November Sag, November Scorpio. 2 of Cups, Venus and Cancer. Yeah, some of you guys did grieve connections or a connection. Yeah. This could have happened toward the end of this year or maybe happening early next year. But I feel like these were connections that were already on the rocks. They were already not aligned with you. They were already like incompatible. You were already not seeing eye to eye in the beginning anyway. So again, whether it's friends, family, lovers, kids, maybe even, you got, you know, it's a lot here. Yes and yes. Hey, Ash. What's 9 of Pentacles? Some of you guys could be going your separate ways from people. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of and not single as in some of you guys could be single, divorced, or separated, but I'm getting a lot more of individuality here. Oh, your name is April. Oh, hi, April. The Emperor heavy, yeah, we got Aries here. So you guys could be Aries. Some of you guys are grieving connections that you really desperately tried to hold on to. A lot of you guys could have even struggled with trying to maintain control out of codependency because you didn't want to lose certain people, certain things. Some of you guys, you could have been entrepreneurs and you could have felt like that failed. So you have to go back into the working world, or you could be leaving the 9-to-5 working world and becoming an entrepreneur. Again, everybody's going to be on different ends of the spectrum for some of y'all. What's the Emperor here? But the Emperor talks about structure, stability, standing your ground, being serious. Yeah, something could be going on with a father figure or a masculine energy. Some of you guys are becoming independent. I feel like somebody here is growing up, but it's not, you guys are either growing up or maturing or becoming more self-sufficient, more independent, but it's not happening in a gentle way. This is happening in a very, you have no choice. Like a lot of it is you didn't have a choice. You had to be independent. You had to mature fast. You had to carry the responsibility in the weight of something. Some of you guys could be single parents with the 9 of Pentacles and the Emperor, not by choice, but because the other parent is not around, or they passed away, or they're not stepping up to the plate, they're not meeting you halfway. A lot of you guys had to accept things and deal with things that you did not want to deal with. Even if for those of you that are, and there's some people that are still in these connections trying to maintain, although they know that they shouldn't be there. So again, like I said, whatever didn't get learned in 2025 is going to roll over into the new year. What's the Emperor here? Hey, Jen. Definitely going my separate ways from a 12-year friends with benefits situation. Dumb situationships be so hard to let go of. Emperor, I don't know why. Maybe it's because the in-between, that limerence. If you guys know what limerence means, but I'll explain it to y'all. Y'all know I'm out. Listen, y'all know I'm gonna break some shit down. The Emperor, yeah, 7 of Cups. Venus and Scorpio here, the Lovers here, the Chariot in reverse. If there's a connection that you wanted to go the distance and it didn't, it was not meant to. It wasn't meant to. So, or it's not meant to. Don't try to, this is not the time to force something. The Lovers here, Gemini energy, Cancer, Scorpio. You or somebody can have Gemini, Cancer, or Scorpio in their chart. There was some type of illusion that you guys could have been trying to maintain for the sake of it, for the sake of your image, because this could have been a marriage, a relationship. This could have been for your kids. This could have been because, you know, you have to be in charge of other people. Whatever it is, I feel like you were trying to maintain some type of illusion. And not for anything bad, but it could have been because April just said, you know, it could have been because of abandonment. It could have been because of codependency. It could have been because of fear. It could have been because of superficiality. Whatever, it could have been just, you know, just cause. But Seven of Cups. Yeah, Three of Swords in reverse. But this hurts more than it heals. Saturn and Libra. It's like the more you lie to yourself just to kick it, the more you lie to yourself just to have this person or just to be around these people, the more you have to shrink yourself and just hide and just put on different masks just to exist around people that you don't even belong around or belong with, the more it's going to hurt you. A lot of you guys, you can't heal in the same environment that's made you sick. And that could be a hard truth to swallow. I feel like there's been a lot of hard truths for a lot of you guys to swallow. A lot of you guys have been procrastinating on making certain decisions with certain things. Ace of Pentacles. And that's usually when the Tower comes. The Tower happens when we have the opportunity to make changes on our own and we choose not to. That's when the Tower comes. That's when the Tower is like, okay, I gave you time, I gave you a choice, I gave you the option to do it and you didn't want to do it, so now I'm going to force you to do it. I'm gonna make it so uncomfortable, you have no choice but to accept it, face it, and see it, and deal with it now. Ace of Pentacles. And a lot of you guys are holding on to things where you have better coming in. What's Ace of Pentacles? Yeah, the Star. Yeah, these new beginnings are only going to come in when you guys are healing. You're not even going to be able to recognize these things. Aquarius here with the Star. You won't be able to even... This requires, like, you to take care of yourself first. Hey, Tanya. Nobody's coming to save you but you. Because a lot of people that you guys thought were going to support you, or the person that you thought was going to have your back and cheer you on, they're not, with the Six of Wands in reverse. There could have been a lot of people that could have said, yeah, you know, I got you, or I'm going to be there, and they weren't there. Some of y'all could have even felt judged this year. Good morning, Michelle White or Michael White. But the Star card talks about healing, rejuvenation, restoration. Something could also be being restored with your finances. Or something material like a car, your finances, your health. Because the Pentacles aren't just about money, they're also about health. What's the Star? I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. Oh my God, I had a great Christmas. My baby opened up her gifts. She loved her gifts. We made a gingerbread. I'm going to post a gingerbread house we put together. It was really fun. It was a really good Christmas. Very calm, laid back, relaxed. It was good. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. What's the Star? And my baby was sick, and so she's feeling much better. So she was like able to play with her toys, and I was really happy. Her appetite came back. It was good. What's the Star? I'm just happy that hopefully by her birthday, she won't have no, you know, since she already had that cold or whatever she had out the way, she'll be able to, you know, enjoy her birthday. The Star. Yeah, a lot of you guys, 2026, you're going to be following your heart this year, this upcoming year. A lot of you guys were put in the positions that you were put in this past year because you didn't follow your heart. But I feel like this upcoming year, you're going to follow. The Knight of Cups is about following your heart. So yeah, Knight of Cups, Aquarius, Pisces, heavy Aquarius. So somebody could be a February Aquarius or a February Pisces. Some of you guys may have an offer coming in. Somebody may want to negotiate something with you. This could be people that want to restore things. They want new beginnings. But you need to pick and choose your battles, and you need to remember what you've learned and what you've been taught this year. Every connection doesn't need to be restored. It doesn't. Some things you got to lay to rest with the Four of Swords because they're not reciprocal anyway. Some people just want to stay connected just out of codependency. They don't really have no plans on changing or doing better. You're just, it's just out of comfort. A lot of people hold on to things out of comfort. They don't even really want it. It's not really satisfying like that. It's just comfort. Or control. Knight of Cups. Or they have an image to maintain. They don't want to look like a failure, or like, oh, another failed marriage, another failed relationship. What are people going to think about me? What are people going to say about me? Another failed business, another failed that. But when you learn how to fail forward, you don't have to really worry about that. Knight of Cups. And whether you're a man or a woman, you could be showing up as the Emperor and the King of Wands. Fire signs are naturally masculine signs. So even if you're a woman, you could be the King of Wands or the Emperor. The masculine signs are Aries, Leo, Sag, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The more feminine signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So right now you could be more so in this masculine energy, just getting things in order, getting things done, things like that. Knight of Cups. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of... Y'all got new love coming in? Fire signs, for my singles, a lot of y'all not going to be single for long. So, y'all need to let go of whatever that Two of Cups, that Knight of Wands in reverse, that person. Some of you guys are being guided to move away from somebody or to let something go because you got something any relationship that did not survive this year, didn't get restored, or didn't get fixed by now, it's dead and it's not coming back alive. You guys got new everything. Yeah. Some of you guys, this could be with family. And if you have an issue with family, like you're not really close to your family, you're going to meet people that are going to become your family, or they're going to feel like family. You're going to make new friends, new community. King of Wands. As long as you guys follow your heart, fire signs, you're going to be fine. King of Wands. That's why it's very important to heal and not be in a place of bitter energy, because following your heart, if you're bitter, that bitterness could lead you. If your heart is tainted because you're bitter and you're still holding on to something or someone, following your heart may not be the best thing. But if your heart is pure and you're cleansing and you're rejuvenating and you're forgiving, then you can trust your heart. You can trust that. But not if you can't. It's hard to trust your heart when you're bitter. So I would focus on forgiving, self-forgiving, healing, restoration. Figure out your moon sign and Google ways to nurture your moon sign and start there. King of Wands. Yeah, Eight of Swords. I think a lot of you guys are saving yourselves. Some of y'all could be getting rid of certain friends. Yeah, some of y'all could have been betrayed by friends, betrayed by family. Somebody could be born September 27th. Y'all could have dealt with third-party situations, people gossiping about y'all, people just being hateful, talking shit, being two-faced, not really supporting you for real, but they acting like they did. Jupiter and Gemini with the Eight of Swords. What's the Jupiter and Gemini? Eight of Swords. Yeah, the High Priestess in reverse. A lack of intuition, a blocked intuition, Pisces, Cancer energy. The only thing about you guys being in this energy is like people expect you to save them. I feel like a lot of you guys have been around people that have taken no accountability for their actions or their choices, and they wanted you to play Captain Save-A-Ho. And why? Justice here, Libra energy, why should you? That's not your, unless they're your kids. The only people that you're responsible for are your kids because they don't ask to be here and they're your flesh and blood. Anybody else, that's not your kin, that's not your child, they don't, that's, come on, they gotta, no. High Priestess in reverse. High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, the Nine of Swords in reverse. So if some of you guys, if you haven't heard from somebody, you could be hearing from this person by Aquarius, Pisces season, maybe even Taurus or Gemini. Anywhere from like Aquarius to maybe Taurus or Gemini season, you may hear from somebody. Somebody wants to heal and restore something. Or I feel like, and if it's not about another person, with the Temperance and the Empress here, Taurus, Libra energy, Sag here, something within you could be being restored by from anywhere from Aquarius to Gemini season. So everybody's timeline is different because everything affects people differently, and a lot of you guys are going through different things. Mars in Gemini with the Nine of Swords in reverse. There could be deep shame, deep regret for not listening to your intuition the first time. A lot of you guys could be like, damn. And don't call yourself stupid, or don't say you're this and you're that because you didn't listen to your intuition the first time. Because the more you shame and guilt don't really help people do anything. If anything, it keeps you small. Some of you guys really do need to focus on self-care, whether you're a man or a woman. A lot of you guys have been in this Emperor energy for so long. You need to get in the Empress energy, whether you're a man or a woman. There needs to be some gentleness with the Temperance. That's about going with the flow. It's about being gentle, adaptable, flexible, being patient. You need to be patient with yourselves, or you need to be around people who are going to be patient with you. And the Empress is very nurturing, very loving, compassionate. They're mothering. And you could be a man and be very nurturing. There's men who are more nurturing than women. So it's not really about gender. It's about energy. But apply it to how it fits. Knight of Swords. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. Definitely had to show myself grace once I realized the truth of a situation. Yeah, I'm ready for all new everything, period. I claim that. Lesson learned. Absolutely not. This Aries ain't restoring nothing. Cycle closed, period. Yes, we had a very good Christmas. Thank you. Yay. Yes, you had it right the first time, Queen. Oh, okay. But Ace of Swords in reverse could be animosity, a lack of clarity. Be mindful of jumping to conclusions, especially people that's coming to you with problems and trying to bring you into their drama. Make sure you get both sides to things. Somebody coming to you like with a sob story, make sure you get the other side of it. Don't jump to conclusions when you don't have all the facts. Don't jump to conclusions when your mind is not clear. This, because fire signs have a tendency to be really impulsive. So just be mindful of that, okay? Because you may end up making the wrong choice. And this could be about connections. Or maybe that's what happened for y'all, in the past. Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, be mindful of doing something too. Yeah, the Page of Swords. Be mindful of getting in your feelings and then jumping to do something. Somebody could be born December 29th. Be mindful of that. Feeling some type of way about something and rushing, and be mindful of people trying to get underneath your skin. Don't let anybody disturb your peace. Eight of Wands here, Mercury and Sag. There could be communication coming from somebody here who wants to pick a fight or argument. You need to remember what you've learned. In this Hierophant card, there's an open book and there's words. You need to remember what you learned about either this particular person or people like this or situations like this. You're too experienced now to react the same way you reacted to in the past. It's time to do it different. Yeah, be mindful of somebody coming to you, telling you something, but they're not telling you everything. What's the Eight of Wands about? Don't rush to do it. Yeah. 8 of Wands. Yeah, the 10 of Wands. Don't jump into anything fast. Don't sign things fast. Don't agree to nothing fast. Take your time. Anybody who's trying to rush you into doing something, don't do it. Because you don't want to end up in the 10 of Wands, burdened, stressed out, weighed down, burnt out, because you rushed something or you did something too fast. Just wait. What's the Hierophant? Some of you guys may have a lot on your plate. Don't forget to ask for help or tell people what you have going on. You know, the Hierophant, Virgo. The Hierophant is the counterpart to the High Priestess. And with this Hermit in reverse, that could be a lack of awareness. There's a need for somebody to balance their spirituality and their practicality. This could be a situation where a person is super practical and they're not spiritual at all. But because they aren't spiritual at all, and we see how we have the snake and the dog in the lantern, somebody here lacks spiritual insight, or they lack some type of inner or higher awareness. There could be some shame around spirituality, religion, you know, something political even. What's the Hermit in reverse? Or maybe somebody's so spiritual that they're not practical enough. Flip and switch it. 4 Swords. I don't know, somebody here could be getting surgery, or somebody here could be in a hospital or hospitalized. Ooh. Hopefully somebody's not losing anybody this upcoming year, or lost anybody this past year. 4 Swords, Jupiter and Libra. Yeah, 3 of Wands and the 5 of Wands here. Yeah, there could be some of y'all could have even battled with anxiety here. Or there could be a child that, if you have a child, this child could be dealing with abandonment issues because the other parent could have walked away or abandoned them. So this could be having a really hard time on a child if you have a child, or something about your inner child and abandonment. Maybe somebody feels like they had to fend for themselves as a child, so somebody could have abandonment wounds. Maybe somebody here clings to people and things, you know, even if it's not good for them, it's better than having nothing or nobody. That could be what somebody here is having a hard time with. But the 5 of Wands, Saturn and Leo, 3 of Wands here. Somebody here could be afraid of conflict, or they're afraid of some type of conflict here. Somebody could also be afraid to talk to you guys. Maybe this person owes you an apology. They could have turned their back on you, turned their back on the child. For selfish reasons, and now somebody wants to heal and restore something. This could be like your parent, a parent or a sibling, a family member, a friend, whoever. Somebody here could have turned their back on you and they want to restore something or fix something. Yeah, the 5 of Wands in this deck talks about compromise. Some of you guys were on a break from somebody, or you haven't heard from somebody in a long time. You could be going in, you could be reaching out. If you're the one that turned your back on somebody and you were wrong, you could be apologizing to somebody. Or if they did that to you, they could be apologizing. But I mean, and I always tell you guys, don't hold your breath. Don't wait by the phone. Every reading they keep saying that this person's going to come and apologize and they don't do it. It's because you need to learn how to let go, and just like a watch pot doesn't boil. That means you're not getting the lesson. If you're watching readings to hear about other people and not yourself, you're not getting the lesson. You're just not gonna. You're not getting it. So you're gonna keep experiencing the same things. But what's the chakra message? Yes, transition. Some of you guys did go through a transition. This whole year was about transitions for you guys, and it may spill over a little bit into next year for some of you. Yeah, the crown chakra. Some of you guys are gaining a lot of clarity. Yeah, there could be a lot of expansion with your solar plexus and your crown chakra. So you could be having a lot of dreams. You just, if you didn't follow your intuition in the past, you're not going to ignore it again. Like, you're going to, you know, trust that more. You're going to trust that gut feeling much more now. What else? You're not going to wait for proof to be shown to you. Yeah, the beginning. Some of you guys do have a new beginning that's coming, that's on its way to you. Yeah, the root chakra is here. Something about your inner voice. The Page of Cups is your inner voice. Okay, so some of you guys could be having, you could be learning how to reconnect to that inner voice. Maybe you lost it as a child, or you lost it along the way as an adult. What's transition? Yeah, trust. Trust whatever changes are happening, fire signs. It's just here to teach. It's not to punish you. It's to teach. Some of you guys are meant to teach. Yeah, look at this shit here. Teach psychic knowing, intuition and rebirth, and heal heart and spirit. New path emerging, and risk and compassion and third eye. Ooh, something with the color purple, green, orange, and like yellows, reds, barely all the, ooh, child. Your intuition is going to be beaming if it's not already. This is a nice reading, isn't it, Candy? I like when it's not about karmics and third parties and stuff. I don't, believe it or not, I don't like to read about that stuff. At least not all the time. I really don't. Seventh crown chakra. Yeah, patience. A lot of you guys, again, patience. Work on your patience, y'all. Because if you do something or say something too soon, or you do something reactive, you're going to be the ones in this Ten of Wands. You're going to be burdened. You're going to be burdened. And that could have been what you guys have gone through. And again, that was your lesson. It wasn't to punish you. It wasn't, you know, nobody was doing witchcraft or spell work on you. It was your choices. A lot of times when we experience things that we don't like, it's our choices. It's just simply that. It's nobody doing anything against us. If you make poor choices, you're going to have poor experiences. If you go against your intuition, you go against your gut feeling, you go against what somebody is showing you, but you think that you can change them or you can control something, you got to deal with whatever comes with that. So you're not being punished or cursed. It was just more about your choices and learning how to just, if something doesn't feel right, it's not right. Or if it doesn't feel right, it's okay to inspect it. It's okay to investigate. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to wait a bit. Uncertainty isn't always bad. You know, fear isn't always bad. What's the beginning is what you do with it. But a lot of us weren't taught how to fail forward. Yeah, and freedom and change, yeah. And some of you guys there could be pregnancies or births of new projects, wisdom, healing. You guys are going to be taking initiative on things. There's love coming in for y'all. Whether if it's not love with another person, it could be self-love, but I do see love here. Somebody brand new, nobody from your past. I see abundance. I see you guys flourishing. I like to see it. There's freedom here, growth, expansion, but it only comes when you guys change. When y'all stop looking for people to reach out to y'all, when y'all stop waiting for somebody to come back around, when when you stop waiting for certain things that are just, that you don't need to be waiting for or you don't need to keep doing, that's when the change happens. So it's up, you got more, it's up to you. You don't have control over anybody else, but you do have control over yourselves and over your choices. And those choices are going to shape and dictate what type of life you experience. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so this is your reading, fire signs. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.